All right, we're gonna wait till everybody starts hopping on. Everybody, welcome to the live. I had to change the time today. Yeah, spring break, so I had to make some changes, but it still works out. And a lot of people see these on replays, so it's good. You'll be able to actually get on the replay. So let's get started. Usually, just so everybody knows, Facebook takes a few minutes to actually get rolling. So I'm gonna just kind of fill some space here as more and more people are hopping on and good. And if you could see me and everything's good. Hi Miriam, welcome to the live. All right, and as people are hopping on, I'll be able to I have a lot of questions too. So this is a good one because last week I wasn't able to do it. I lost my voice due to my kids. I was like on 8 hours of volleyball and 5 hours of basketball. It was like one of those weekends for my kids. So it's good because I'm going to cover questions people have been asking last week and then obviously also this week. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rolling. I know people are going to hop on as we get going with it. And then there'll be a replay so you could watch the replay and so forth. All right. So first off, a couple things. Let me just go over kind of housekeeping rules. So the purpose of this is to go over and answer questions about reversing diabetes. I've been doing it for over 20 years. Obviously, for those of you who have researched me, my success rate is almost 100%. It's darn well close to it. And the group I created, which many of you are part of, is advanced strategies to defy the odds and reverse diabetes naturally without medication. That is essentially why people come to see me, is they don't want to take more and more medication. They see where their diabetes is headed, and they'll do whatever it takes. Hi, Janet. Welcome to the live. So what I do is I talk usually for about 30 minutes. That's how much time I have available today. And I answer questions and go over updates of the group and things of that nature. All right, so first, before I get into the questions, I have a ton of questions. A couple things. I just want to let you know that we are close to 600 members in the group. So I want to thank everybody, and really, I love the energy of our group. Everybody participates. We hold each other accountable, which is really good, right? It's kind of crazy when your doctor tells you to make these changes and then there's no one to hold you accountable. So I love the energy. Everybody's been really, really nice and friendly and really outgoing, which I really appreciate. And then also, just so you know, myself and my admin team have declined over 674 people. And these were maybe someone that wants to join our group but didn't agree to our rules, or wasn't a diabetic and they just wanted to learn more. So these are only for diabetics, and you have to agree to the rules. And the rules are basically be nice. It's not even a hard rule, like just be nice in our group. So anyway, so that's really exciting. The next thing I want to go over is let's talk about the contest. So the contest is to win Clean Lean Shake. And this is the person who is going to help more diabetics and people out there, bring them into our group. And so currently we have 3 runners that are winning. Stan is number 1 right now. Well done, Stan. Nice way to getting your friends in there to get help. Number 2 is Susan. And then lastly is Wendy. So this week, that contest ends on the 17th. So you still have another 5 days. And what you're going to do is basically invite your friends, people that are diabetic, they have to be diabetic, into our group, and obviously they have to agree to the rules of being nice. And then the person that refers the most people into our group to help them reverse their diabetes and take less medication, they're going to obviously win the prize, right? So they get a choice between chocolate and vanilla Clean Lean, which is an amazing shake. People have been asking about it. It's full of protein. It has a really good pea protein. It also has a patented amino acid. It has really good fiber for type 2 diabetes. It's really good for regulating and balancing blood sugar levels. And I think the most important thing is it's really good. Like, people really, really like the taste. And there's nothing else on the market like it. I know people are like, oh, well, I take a protein shake. There is nothing like this on the market. And this is something that I do recommend to patients in my office. So anyway, it's a really good shake, and that's whoever gets the most people into the group to help them. Yeah, Barb, it does taste really good. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, it tastes really good. So anyway, so that's going to be the winner. Will actually have that. All right. The next thing is about 3 weeks ago, I said, what do you guys want more information about? And the survey came back that you wanted more information about snacks. I wrote that book. It's going to be an ebook, but I wrote that book. It is done. I'm just getting it onto our website so you guys can go and get it there. And it's really good. It's going to be 30 different snacks that are really good for regulating blood sugar. Some of them are really creative out of the box. There's some just great recipes. Next time we do a live, hi Wendy. The next time we do live, you'll know more about it. Wendy, you're actually, I just mentioned you about you're being in third place in the competition. So I'm glad you arrived on the live. So anyway, so that's about that snack guide. So you'll be able to see that in our Facebook group and so forth. I think many of you know I'm writing two, well, some of you know I'm writing one, but I'm finishing up two of my books that I wrote about reversing type 2 diabetes. One was one I wrote many years ago, but I just never finished it. I just couldn't get that last chapter done, and you'd think that the last chapter was the easiest. It's hard sometimes putting the ending in, right? So anyway, they are mostly done. I would say the first one is like 97% complete, and then the second one is probably closer to 90% complete. So when those get available and published, yeah, I'm working on a book tour, all of that sort of thing. I don't know how that's going to fit in my schedule, but anyway, you will know that firsthand, and you'll be able to get access to it. The next thing is there are going to be a few things that you guys have asked for. Number one was a whole video about is type 2 diabetes genetic? I just actually did that video and it's up on our website. So for anybody who needs a link for that, let me know. I'll get you a link. And it's about a half hour long. I go into all the details because most people who are diabetic are told it's genetic and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, I put a whole entire video actually going and showing you exactly what the research says, showing you exactly what I've seen over the last 20 years, helping tens of thousands of diabetics. So you'll really get a lot out of that. So that is on our website and you could definitely check it out. The next thing is some of you know that I've created tons of ebooks where there are recipe guides, there are dessert guides, there are other guides about like speeding up the metabolism. There are Thanksgiving recipes. So we have a special, so to say, where you can get every book that I've put out, and it's like one low price right now. It's like, I think it's like $100 off on all of them together. So if you're interested in that, let us know. That is something that is available. And it's good because you get to get all of them as opposed to pay individually, which could be, and they're all inexpensive. They're all like $10, $15, $20. But it's just less expensive right now. So we do have that going on. Hi, Tammy. Welcome to the live. All right, good. Now I want to start getting into questions. If you have questions, please put that in. Let me just like everybody. Okay, good. Yeah, and there'll be a replay of this as well. All right, good. So I have a whole series of questions. And also I'm going to update everybody on a few of the new videos that I have coming out that you have not seen. So there's some really good content on that. All right, so first question, and forgive me, but I was writing these all down and I don't remember who asked the question. Some people I do. So if you did ask this question and I don't mention your name, I apologize. I was putting this together very quickly, but I'll get to the answer of the question. All right. So first thing is someone asked, what's the difference between SCT and ghee? There is a marginal difference. SCT is short chain fatty acids. It's a really good product. It's not cheap. It's about $90, but it is really good. The guy who was able to develop this product was able to like get rid of his cancer. It's pretty remarkable. I actually use it every day, but it's really good for the brain. It's good for the small intestines. It's just a great product, but it definitely is significantly more costly than ghee. So if I had a choice between the two, I'd rather use the SCT. It's just much better product. So anyway, if anybody needs a link for getting that, or you want to call my office and purchase it, it's about $90. It doesn't matter if you get it from us or you get it from online. We get a big supply, so sometimes if you try to get it from the company, it's called the Happy Healthy guys, they tend to be out of stock, so just let us know. All right, the next thing is someone was talking about their blood sugar level was really high. Now, remember, in our group, we're about to hit 600 people in our group, which is just absolutely phenomenal. I was expecting like 5-10 people in this group, and I love helping you and helping others, and it's awesome. It really is awesome. And anyway, there are some people in there, well, there are many people in there that are not patients of mine. They want to get better. They have the same goals. They want to get off meds. They want to live a healthy lifestyle. And there are some of them that are struggling quite a bit with their blood sugar. And what I recommend is there is on my website a free 21-day diet. It's a simple diet. I mean, it's not hard to do. And there's also an entire course behind that diet, which I think is awesome because I actually go in it. I have very customized videos about how to actually get your blood sugar back to where it should be, and so forth. So there's a couple of different variety of options there. Some people just rather read a book and try to figure it out. I'm more of the show me sort of person. That's how I think and learn. Whereas, like, I'll read the book, but I want to see the visual on it. So that is also available. But if you're following, my point is, if you're following that, yeah, it may not reverse your diabetes, but it certainly won't have your blood sugar levels in the 200s, right? So anyway, so I forgot who asked that question, but definitely something to look at. And you can just go to my website. It's www.dr.spages.com. I'll put it in the comments. I don't know if people see comments on the replay, but anyway, I'll type that in real quick. All right, so that's the website, and you can get it. It's a free download. If you go to my shop page, there's courses in there, and I'm going to be adding more courses as time goes on. People have been asking. So anyway, so good. The next thing is someone asked about sleep apnea. So sleep apnea is where your body stops breathing at night. That's a pretty serious condition, and you know the treatment essentially, besides surgery, which doesn't work, right? That's pretty well known, is to use a CPAP machine, right? Now, I used to work when I was in New Jersey on these sort of cases where in New Jersey, I worked on, let me say, I gotta watch how I say worked on. I kind of specialized in type 2 diabetics, as you know, people with autoimmune disease and thyroid conditions, and then also sleep apneics. And I just kind of fell in love just working with diabetics because of my own personal story with my grandmother. And that's really what I do now. But there are a lot of type 2 diabetics that also have sleep apnea. Well, sleep apnea is actually inflammation. That's essentially what it is. So in my office, as patients are lessening and lessening their inflammation, their sleep apnea gets better. Sometimes they don't even need the machine anymore, and their doctors are blown away because like everybody's confined to those machines and such. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that yes, as if you start getting your body healthier, right? Your body's not designed to not breathe at night, or like let's establish that. So as you get your body better and healthier, then you'll see that you'll have less of everything, right? Your blood sugar will be better, your energy will be better, your weight will be better, your sleep apnea will improve, that sort of thing. And that just comes by getting yourself better. So the point is, if you can get yourself better, I think you're going to see quite a bit of your body actually healing correctly. All right. The next thing we look at is someone asked about kidney disease. And if they had kidney disease, is it okay to do the 21-day diet? And the answer to that is, well, I've never seen a doctor, when you have any condition, tell you to eat bad, right? Like they're not going to say, hey, listen, you have heart disease. Why don't you go have McDonald's all day? That would be kind of crazy. And if that's your doctor, then I would recommend find somebody else. So I guess I can't say that live. But anyway, you get my point, right? Like you should be eating a healthy diet, right? Like that, there's no harm in a healthy diet. That would be just the opposite, okay? The next question people ask is about weight. Let me go back up. Let me see if I missed anything here. Yep. Okay, good. Yeah, Susan, me too. I want you to be free of diabetes as well. Okay, good. All right, let me see if I got everything. Yes, yeah, Janet, absolutely. All right, good. Let's continue. So, so the next question someone asked is about weight. They were asking about weight. Now, for those of you who have been to my webinar and have read things that I've published in my website and my blogs, you'll know that weight is just a symptom, right? The blood sugar being up is a symptom. The weight is also a symptom. So the way patients in my office get better is by fixing the root imbalances behind that. It could be the liver, it could be the thyroid, it could be the adrenal glands. It's always inflammation, just so you know. If you're a diabetic, you have inflammation everywhere usually. So it's by addressing those things is how they get better. The diet is just the foundation, right? So let's establish that as a diabetic, there's no diabetic diet that's going to reverse a disease. Like for instance, last week, I had 3 cases. They all had infections. And if you have an infection, it's going to raise blood sugar level. It's going to affect all types of issues, including weight. As a matter of fact, have you ever had it where like you have a ton of cravings, right? And you're like, oh, I don't know why, I prayed all morning that I want to eat this junk food. And then you decide to eat it, right? Like out of your own goals and ambitions. And it's because a lot of times these micro microbiomes that are in your gut that are jamming everything up and making you really crave sweets. So like by fixing that and getting the body functioning better, you'll see that you have less urge for doing that. And that is all behind weight, right? So what most people are taught is, you're having struggles with weight and take this radical diet where you're eating nothing but celery and cucumbers all day. And then you do that, but you can't sustain it. It's like that's a temporary thing. And then as soon as you get off that diet, what happened? The weight comes back because you didn't really actually go and fix anything. You just kind of bullied the body. And I don't like that approach. I've never seen it work long term. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a little bit of a teaser, but I have a whole video on keto that I just put out. It's on my website. It's just not published yet. And it's really good. It's really, really good. I did a quick video. It went viral on Instagram probably about a year ago. But I now did like a whole course and training on this keto topic. And I'm really good friends with one of the people that are hardcore keto. Like if you follow keto, a good friend of mine. And so forth. But I'm going to put that video out. We'll talk about that before the live is done. All right. So anyway, let's go to the next thing. We talked about genetics. That video is available. I actually show you the studies behind is type 2 diabetes genetic. And I'll tell you, like, we kind of know this already because, there's always that person who's the first person in the family who is a diabetic, right? And then we also have that person who's that one-off who's not a diabetic. So I'm going to go into that and what's really behind it. As a matter of fact, in my book, I have a whole section about this as well, which is really, really enlightening to give you the viewpoint of really what's going on underneath that. All right, good. The next question someone asked is, why do I have higher blood sugar levels at night? So there are a lot of reasons for that. There's something called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. It's your ability to regulate blood sugar throughout the day, your ability for your body to regulate cortisol levels. So I don't think the person's asking for recommendations, but if that's something you guys are ever interested in me getting into, if this is kind of your life scenario, then I'll tell you the recommendations I would make if you're not a patient in my office. If you're a patient in my office, I literally handhold you, show you what to do, how to do it. And if you're a patient in my office on this Zoom, on this live, you kind of know what I mean by that. But if you're not and you live in some other state outside of Florida, if you ask that in the group, I'll be able to kind of deep dive. All right, the next thing someone asked, next question is, they live in another state outside Florida, and I don't have a license outside of Florida. I have Florida and New Jersey license, that's where I used to practice. But I don't have licenses in like Wyoming and all these other places. So if you do live in those other states, I would really encourage you to be active in the group, the Facebook group. And then also I have all these little inexpensive courses that you can do. It's like $10, $17, $30. Those are really good and give you a nice baseline. And then if you ever make it to Florida, then you'll have the opportunity obviously to meet with me. I am coming out with, it's actually done. I just have to kind of do the explanation video on it, but I do have a whole 21-day detox that I'm soon to be released if I just find enough time to do it. But it's really, 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 really good. Every one of my patients starts with it, and it's really good. It's self-guided. It's awesome. It's like if you guys are in the group and you're seeing these patients say, yeah, I'm on day 12, day 15, it's because we're going there and actually working on this detox. And it's really good for the liver as well as inflammation. So that will be probably coming out hopefully in the next 2 months. I'm trying as best I can. The next person said they're on a tight budget, and what do they do? Well, number one is definitely eat healthy, right? Because I always look at it this way. You're going to spend the money, right? Some people think like, well, I'll save money by getting sicker, and that's completely never been the scenario. I've seen some cases, and I've helped over 10,000 people, where they'll be so frugal on the things that are important to them, but they should be spending money there. And I always look at it this way. Your biggest investment you're ever going to make is going to be on yourself. It's not going to be your house. It's not going to be your car. It is going to be you. Because if you are not good, all these other things don't matter. The house doesn't matter. You're going to have to sell it anyway when you get sick. The cars don't matter because God forbid if you have an amputation, which I see all the time, these people, they can't drive cars anymore, right? Or it's next to impossible. So I always say your health has got to be your number one priority. And in my house, that's one area that we do not spend on. I will I get made fun of by buying cheap golf clubs. My whole entire golf set is literally $100. All my drivers. My best friends who golfs all the time, $2,000, $3,000. And he's like, why don't you just buy a nicer golf set? Because I'm like, it's not important to me. My health is important to me, and being able to play golf is important. But the spending the money on a golf set doesn't make me better and happier in life. So if you have a tight budget, definitely eat healthy, right? And try to make those better choices. Stay away from the junk food because those things are expensive and don't provide any nutrients. And then also, go on my website. I have a ton of free articles there. There are free recipes. We're going to be uploading a bunch of new recipes coming in the next few months. And then also, there's little courses that I have. So it's like $17. It's like almost the cost of a Starbucks coffee. So I would do those sort of things, and at least as a starting point. And that can get you somewhere. Will it get you to the finish line? Not usually per se, but it's better than doing the worst and doing nothing. Okay, so really, really important, especially if you are on a tight budget. All right, let me jump up here. All right, well, let's see what we got here. My doctor thinks diabetes is blood related. Your doctor needs to get educated on my on my website. Yeah. Thank you, Barb. I appreciate it. Yes, I do a good job. Thank you. Where's my office is in a town called Dunedin. It's actually where our governor's from if you're in Florida, right? DeSantis is from Dunedin. But it's near Clearwater area. Live in Florida. How much to be a patient? So, Tammy, to be a patient in my office, it's a process. And it's if I have availability of taking your case. I only take so many cases per month. So there's a process. The first thing you would have to do is go to a webinar. If you go to my website, you'll be able to see how to get that. So you understand my philosophy and how I do things. And then if there is a complimentary appointment available, there's only a limited amount per month that we have. Then I would look at your case, meet with you, see if I could help you. And then usually the next step is to run labs to see if I see exactly if I can help you. So my policy is when I run labs, obviously I'm not looking at labs that you're a diabetic, but more why you're a diabetic. If I feel like I can absolutely help you and I see that you'd be a good fit, then we move into care. If I do not think I can help you, I don't take your case. So that will be the next steps there. Good. Miriam asks, yes, you can get hypertension from just not being well, but both of those don't help. Oh, you used to live in Dunedin. Yeah, it's a cute little town. It's for those of you who are in Florida and nearby, it's a cute little town. It really is. That's like a nice little downtown area. Little shops and things like that. Me and my son actually biked there 2 times recently from our house, which is about 8 miles away. It's just a cute little area there. All right, good. Let me go to the next question. So someone asked about what is clean lean. So you may have seen this on the Facebook group. So clean lean is an awesome shake. I kind of talked about it earlier. It's good for stabilizing blood sugar. It has tons of vitamins in it. It has a really good type of fiber for diabetics. It's called inulin. It also has tons of B vitamins, which is good for a lot of things. So it's really good. You can get it at CompleteLifeNutrition.org, CompleteLifeNutrition.org. But we're doing it as a contest for free right now. Okay, so just get in that contest. You can get that for free. All right, the next person asks is about high blood sugar levels later in the day. So there's a lot of reasons that could be causing this. Everybody is different of what could be actually driving this. So one of the things that could be a good idea is there's a video I put out. What is it called? Oh, what is normal healthy blood sugar, right? So that's the name of the video. And in that video, I talk about using something called the CGM, which is a continuous glucose monitor. And I think on that video, I also have a coupon code if you want to purchase one. I don't have anything to do with the company. They just gave me a $25 off coupon code. Some of you have it. But I would watch that video. It's what is normal blood sugar levels, the title of it. And it talks about how you could look and regulate food related to your CGM, which is your continuous glucose monitor. So I would definitely check that sort of thing out. Deborah, I don't know who is in Orlando. I don't know many people who do the type of work I do. But yeah, I do telehealth. So yeah. Oh yeah, the craft shows, Wendy. That's right. Yeah, they do that in downtown Dunedin. They're cute. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. I probably have seen you because me and my kids go down there sometimes with my wife. So they're a cute little area. So anyway, I don't know anybody in that area. I do only telehealth. So I kind of know the computer. That's about it. All right, good. Let's go to the next one. Oh, so here's the last thing. Someone asked me about last week's results. I think that inspired them maybe. So, so this is related to like how many people in my office were able to get off meds. Last week we had nine patients off of their diabetic meds. They no longer need it. Today alone on Monday, and it's only like noon, we've had 2 already today. Someone just messaged us that their doctor told them to get off all meds, which is remarkable. But last week we had 9. Of the 9, 2 of them are off their insulin, and of the 9, another 2 of those 9 are no longer pre-diabetic. So no longer are they diabetic, but they've also gone outside of even pre-diabetic, and their A1C is under 5.7. So yeah, this is what I see pretty much every week in my office, you know, the approach I take and the type of care we give. So those are the results for last week. All right, good. And then lastly, let's talk about upcoming things. I kind of gave you some info on it. Number one is there's going to be some new blog posts that are available, a video and training on what diet is good for diabetics. So you'll be able to see that. That's a really good video. I think it's about 20 minutes long. It's really good. Number 2 is about gluten. Everybody always asks about gluten. What is gluten? Is gluten good for diabetics, bad for diabetics? So I just put a whole video together on that. It's a kind of a funny video. You'll see how I lay it out. But anyway, it's kind of a funny video, so you'll enjoy that. We have one about the keto diet. So I go into the keto diet. Is it right for type 2 diabetics? That is also a really, really good. Susan, your A1C with no meds is under 5 points. Oh, so there's a video on that, Susan. I would definitely check it out. But the way it goes is under 6.4 without meds is pre-diabetic. Under 5.7 is no longer diabetic. Yeah, thank you, Wendy. So anyway, I have a whole video on the keto diet, which you guys will like. And then lastly, yeah, what was my last thing here? Oh, the last one is about reversing type 2 diabetes and how patients go about it. So that's the last video that you'll be able to see. In addition to that, I also have someone working on getting recipes onto the website. So those will come out as well. All right, so really quick, let's just go over some things. And I think I answered all the questions. So first off, very well done on getting to up to 600 members in our Facebook group. Great job on that. Our contest ends on Friday, okay? So if you would like to win that contest and win a free Clean Lean Shake, make sure you refer your type 2 diabetics to our group so we can continue to make that grow and make that a success. You have a snack guide coming out. I'm done with the book. It's just gonna go on our website. And we're gonna have like an introductory price on it, like a big sale price. So anyway, you'll be able to get that also. I'm working on 2 of my diabetic books, and both of those should be done pretty soon. There's a whole video about diabetes and being genetic, which is also really, really good. And then lastly, there is a bundle of ebooks that I put together, and we have a huge sale on that. So if you want all of the cookbooks and the guides to cholesterol and even thyroid and all the recipe guides, there is one sale, and we do that just a couple times throughout the year. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming today to the live. You'll have a replay of this, which we'll broadcast out. But if you have any questions in that Facebook group for next week, let's just get that in there, and then this way we'll be able to address it and continue you on your journey of getting better. All right, so I want to thank everybody for coming, and you have a good rest of your day. And remember, be well, stay well. All right, take care.